What's up, Duke's Light Club? Wesley Pritchloff back with you today to show you a tutorial on two different ways to cut the deck. Today we'll review both the pivot cut and the swivel cut. And these are cuts that I use all the time. You can turn them into a false cut, or you can just keep them as is, and it's a way to peek at what the bottom card is. Especially if you mix them together, it's hard for the audience to see what you're doing. And overall, two great cuts, and we look forward to the tutorial. Thank you for joining us. So this tutorial is on the pivot cut and the swivel cut. And these are two cuts that I normally use just to mix up the card. You might have seen me do it in other videos. And they can be used to take a peek at the bottom card, and this will be super important in later tricks. So let's get started now. So the pivot cut, you start a mechanics grip, the dominant hand is going to come into biddle grip. I have a tutorial on different types of deck grips, but quick review: biddle grip, dominant hand, thumb is on the back edge of the deck, close to the side of the dominant hand, so I'm right hand dominant, so it's close to the right side of the deck. Right middle finger on the top edge, so we're holding between the thumb and middle finger on our dominant hand, closer to the side of our dominant hand. So we're going to grip it here. So now this index finger here is free, right? We're going to use this index finger to come down and to not wrap all the way over the top of the deck, just touch a few cards in the middle or the opposite corner. So we're going to touch a few cards here. And we're gonna, this move is a little difficult, but with practice you'll be able to do it. You're gonna pull up. So now there's separation, right? It's from the side. I'm in biddle grip, grab, pull up. So there's some separation. Now, how I like to grab the cards, I think it's difficult to grab them like this. So what I actually like to do, I feel like it looks smoother, is this space on our non-dominant hand between the index finger and the thumb, it's gonna come in and grab these cards here that we just cut. So we lift up, touch here, the non-dominant thumb is going to rest on top, and then you're basically going to pinch the cards here between the thumb and the index finger and pull away, right? So again, go here, more cards, pinch, pull away, grab a few more cards, pinch, pull away, pinch, pull away. So you can go down the whole deck, right? You can just do it once if you want and cut, finish the cut. You can do 2 cuts, or you can do many small cuts. But again, biddle grip, index finger down, pull up, it's going to separate. So you're kind of pulling up and towards the non-dominant hand. So like diagonal left is how I'm going to get the separation. Pinch, do more, pinch, and then you can adjust the cards once again to this hand to rest in these 3 fingers. Pinch, rest, pinch, rest. Awesome. So the next cutting technique is the swivel cut. We just learned the pivot cut. The swivel cut is similar. We're going to start in the biddle grip on our dominant hand. So we're going to come over top, grab here. But this time, we're going to use our non-dominant hand to swivel the cards around this front middle finger. So we're just in mechanics grip, go to biddle grip. Now we're going to turn our non-dominant hand palm facing down and finger pointing up. So you're saying like, oh, number 1. But the palm is now down, finger up, and you're going to come to the back edge of the deck. You can go halfway down, only a few, however you feel comfortable. But you're going to use this index finger with our palm pointing down to push up on some cards here in the back. So it's basically the pivot cut. For the pivot cut, you do it in the front with one hand. This you're doing it in the back. And then you're going to spin. You're going to spin this back hand around this front finger. And as you do that, you're going to turn your wrist, open up your hands, and let the cards fall into them. So here, spin, see now my palm's facing up, pivoting around this middle finger up front, just let them fall. Come back, again, finger pointing up, push up, spin, palm turns up. So this left hand, palm down, as you spin it, palm turns up to catch more cards. So you can just do it once, or you can do it similar to the other one. You can do it multiple times, just like that. So here's where I combine the two, so I get a peek at the bottom card. And from the front, this is invisible, the spectator won't see it. But what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna do a pivot cut and then a swivel cut. Right, and I did that quickly, but if you do it slow, once you do the pivot cut, when you go to do the swivel cut, see this card here? You see what the bottom card is, the Jack of Clubs. And as you finish the swivel cut, just throw these cards on top. So it's pivot, swivel, and you're done, but I know the Jack of Clubs is on the bottom. right? So I'll go slow again. Pivot. When I go here, boom, 2 spades. So no cards on the bottom, the 2 spades. You can get a little bit faster with it. That one I did not see, but that was the jack of spades, right? You get a little bit faster. So once your card's on the bottom, you can then go into your shuffle, the overhand shuffle, and we have a tutorial on this about how to control the card from the bottom to the top. I'll link that tutorial right here, and it will be in the description of this video. But we're going to shuffle that card to the top of the deck. So now we know that the jack of spades is on top. Again, one more time. The participant can come, the audience can come, they can shuffle the deck for you. So you don't know the order. You give it one cut, boom, 6 of spades. Go ahead and do the overhand shuffle. Oh, I just dropped one, that's okay. But now we're ready for the next part of the trick, and we know that 6 of spades is on top of the deck. This is a very powerful control and a very powerful peek at the bottom. Right there, you saw it. Last one, shuffle, get close to the bottom, one card at a time. We know the 9 of spades is on top now. Thank you for joining us today in this tutorial about the pivot cut and the swivel cut. We hope that you're able to practice these techniques and use them regularly in your magic. You can combine them together to make a really cool effect where you're peeking at the bottom card but the audience doesn't know. So we hope you're able to practice that. Thank you for joining us, and stay slight, my friends. We'll see you around.